Hello, Libra. Thank you for joining me for your June 2025 reading. We are going to tap into the higher self collective for Libra, lovely Libras. You guys are being very impacted by the planetary alignments right now, these shifts that are taking place. That Saturn in Saturn in Aries. Aries rules your partnerships and relationships house. So you're looking at some structures, maybe new business partners, maybe moving in with somebody. Maybe there's a lot of things that it could be for you, but I think that honestly, it more than like what new relationship is possible, it's more like having a okay, so let's just take a look for a moment. You guys had that north node, excuse me, the south node in your sign for quite a while prior to the nodal shift that took place for gosh, I can't even think of it. Pisces and Virgo. That's where it's at now. Pisces and Virgo. So prior to that happening, it was the south node was in Libra, north node in Aries. And what was happening for you guys, especially, and really for everybody, but you guys, it hit you the hardest because it's in your sign. It was all about releasing codependency, right? So with Saturn being the planet of discipline and structure, I think that you're maybe even rebuilding relationships, possibly rebuilding or redefining relationships over the next couple of years, and that has an undertone of independence. So that I think that what happens then is that we get a really healthy interdependence, which is necessary for all of us connecting from our highest place and working together on the same page with a shared vision to create something new. That doesn't mean that there's no diversity, because we're all really, diversity is it's very important. We all need to see things differently and have different points of view and have different areas of focus, and that's important. But those who are meant to work together need to be able to be interdependent, and then the different sections of the different sections of focus and expertise, those can also coincide with one another, right? That interdependence within these, like, the different systems in the world, right? How does government work better with ecology or something along those lines? Just throw something out there. If we're looking at Aquarius big picture, because Aquarius is what's the canvas now. That's really the bigger painting is Aquarius energy that we're in, which is all about all of us being very independent, uniquely authentic. Okay, meaning following your joy, following your bliss, following your interests, what actually interests you. That's important to know. You have to know that to be uniquely yourself, right? So that's the first step. But then developing trust within that uniquely authentic self, trusting you so that you have that solid strength, and then you can bring your independence coupled with somebody else's independence to make the strongest relationships. And that can be romantic, it can be business, it can be whatever it is. But just I think the structure around relationships built on independence first is really going to play a big role in your life over the next couple of years. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because Saturn just went into Aries, and you are the native ruler of relationships and partnerships. Okay, so and now Saturn, the disciplinarian, or the discipline structure coach, right? The one that's going to not let you get away with cutting corners, but actually knows who you are and what you're capable of, and is expecting the greatest from you. You standing up and owning your greatest potential. That's what Saturn does for every one of us in the different areas of our lives, depending on what's being highlighted. So partnerships and relationships, you're the native ruler of it. It's being highlighted for you for the next 2.5 years with the underpinning energy of independence. Okay, so having said all of that, let's go ahead and dive into your cards. Sorry to go off on my little kick here. I hope that was helpful for anyone who needed to hear that. But let's go ahead and just start pulling some tarot cards to see what Spirit has to say for our beautiful Libras for the month of June. All right. Okay, so straight away, we have the Page of Wands. It's crossing under, not crossing over, crossing under the Queen of Pentacles. That's significant. You're getting a couple of cards for everyone, 2 for 1. You see your little Libra coin here? That's how I decide who's next. Okay, let's see. We have the Queen of Cups along with Judgment. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Like that for you. This is looking good, Libra. And the Four of Cups. Okay, let's get that over here. And what do we have at the bottom of the deck? The King of Wands. I like that. Well, so oh my God, and there's Jupiter underneath. That is the Wheel of Fortune underneath this King of Wands. So you have prepared yourself for something new, something big, and you're ready for it to happen. Okay, you're ready for something new to happen, and that's what's like shadowing or underpinning this entire reading. Okay, so I want to get clarifiers before I go into this any further because this is a very powerful reading for you. And I want to make sure that I get your message exactly right, Libra. Exactly right. Ace of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and of course, Judgment on its side. Okay. That's telling you, that's very telling. Very telling of where we're coming from. Okay. All right. So now Queen of Cups and Judgment. Please close. Just as I suspected. That's not, I love seeing it. I'm not totally shocked because that's kind of the energy I'm picking up here, right? All right. So that's the 8 of Wands along with, yes, I like it. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. It plays very nicely with the Queen of Cups there. 5 of Cups. All right. 4 of Cups, please. Let's go ahead and clarify our 4 of Cups, Spirit. Mhm. That is the 7 of Swords, along with the Tower. Um, huh. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck we have. Are you able to see that? Let's move this up just a little bit. So we can crowd these cards together. Let's get them in there. All right. So where we're coming from, what's starting the energy that you had been in. This is recent energy. This is current energy, and this is something like outcome. Okay, this is where all of this is headed to. This is we're forecasting here. This is kind of like the future telling. All right, based on this energy, what could possibly be next. Everybody's different, so it's not set in stone, but I think that it gives us a pretty good idea of what we're working with. What the energy that you're coming from, okay, with the Page of Wands, now the page is waiting to be, he's waiting for a message to come through. Um, he's waiting, I think that it's a timing card, much like the King of Wands, and with that Wheel of Fortune, I got to put them all together right there. So it's a timing card. And what we're doing is we're saying, okay, the page is ready for action. He's ready to go. He's raring to go, but it's not quite time. He's like, just let me know. Give me the signal, guys. Give me the signal, and I'm out there. I'm ready to take action. And this Queen of Pentacles says, wait, we need to understand our energy. We need to understand where we're directing our focus. We need to understand because what we're going to be getting back means everything to us. And in terms of what is my life going to look like when I take this action, the action that he's ready for. He's ready to take action as soon as he's being given the signal. And the Queen of Pentacles says, "Wait, what is our life going to look like if we just go for it?" Versus understanding our own energy, understanding something about what we value. And what she's discovering here, what she's picking up on, is brilliant. What she's picking up on is that there has been a story happening within you that goes back, I would say, to childhood. And the reason I'm saying that is because this Ace of Swords is reversed. Ace of Swords being like, you've been given information, you've been given truth, you've been given that's new, right? When it's upright, it's triumphant information, it's brand new, right? It's going to help you get to the next level. It's what your clarity, it's what you needed to know to take you to the next step. And what we have here is you've already had that new information. It's not so new anymore, okay? But it's still the only information that you've had to work with. And not so triumphant, okay? This is what she's recognizing. The hand that I had been dealt in terms of where I got my information and the information that had been given to me from a very, we could say, naive or young energy. Okay, so we're talking about, if I'm going to break this down into, you know, if I'm breaking this down into digestible terms or easily understood, I would say the story that your parents gave you, the story that you have been told about your abundance and about your material world, or what's possible for you to have and to own and to value, okay, what is worth anything may not have been an accurate version of reality or what's possible. And it held you at bay from actually being able to self realize in terms of feeling like you've been on your path all along. We could say this as, I was given a money story that did not support the truth of my value of who I really am. Okay. It did not accurately depict what I'm truly worth. And therefore I have been in survival mode and not actually being able to take myself to a point of feeling complete, feeling whole, and being divinely guided on my path and feeling like I am purposeful in everything I do. And I don't mean you have to go and be like a philanthropist, right? What I mean is like that the money story has consumed you, has created patterns and relationships with others that that were not abundant in nature. They were not flourishing, okay? And it's kept you from being able to be the full version of yourself and to do the things that you had intended for yourself when you came to this earth. Now, did your higher self know that it's possible for you to be in this contrasting situation? Certainly. Certainly. We all have contrast. We all are birthed into an environment that is going to cause us to ask for more. We always want to expand reality. That's what we're here for. You're the extension of your parents, and your children are the extension of you. You're not willing to continue extending the exact same story to your future. What you're doing is you're like, oh, hold up. Before we take action, we're actually going to learn something new about our material existence. We're going to learn something new about who we actually are, what we're worth, and what we value. Now, current energy, cool, awesome. You recognize that. You recognize you need to change it up. And you're doing it. No doubt you're doing it, because here where we had the possibility of you self-actualizing, this is you in your heart-centered. She is self-care. She is self-worth. She is connected to spirit. She is self-driven, inspired. She's very inspired. And there's a softness when Cancer, this because the The Queen of Cups is Cancer. And when a Cancer is living from their a place that they can self-actualize, their heart-centered place, when they're feeling complete and whole, they're very intuitive, they're very nurturing, very caring, and their care doesn't stop with self. Their care extends to everyone around them. Think Princess Diana, okay? She she wasn't stuck in survival mode. I mean, okay, we can look at part of her story. We could say, she was kind of trapped in her. We're not going to look at that side of things because yes, that was going on. But while she still had that contrast, she was still able to be. We're looking at the part of her that was soft, nurturing, and caring. Okay, and she had her physical needs met, and that's what you've been looking at. You've been trying to meet. That's very much more accurately put. You've been trying to meet your material needs, and it has kept you because you were given a story. The information you've been given was false. Okay. And it was keeping you bound to a false version of yourself. So now you have the bandwidth because now you understand your worth and you know what you put your value into. And you know that a relationship with self is an important and being soft and kind to yourself, right? That self care helps you to be able to create a beautiful, nurtured, flourishing reality, right? For yourself and those around you. And this is purpose. This is you feeling like you're on purpose. You're on your path, your divine path of purpose. You came here to love. And now let's just pull that right back to what I was going off on my little tangent in the beginning there for you Libras, because it all starts with self care in order for you to be. John Lennon was a Libra, and he said, all you need is love. I mean, there's something here for you, right? There's something here. It's like you came to be an example of what true love is. And we've had a really crazy narrative, all right? You can't feel love if you're too bound in unworthiness. And you can feel unworthiness quite a bit when you are striving so hard to make ends meet, right? So you've healed this wound of unworthiness. You've gotten into your heart. You're on your divine path of purpose. Things are beginning to manifest, and you're no longer looking. I love these two together because I think that what you're able to do here, more specifically, is be able to show other people how to get over their pain, their wounds, their sorrow, their depression, their hurt. And this is simply by you being you. All right. And you're quickly becoming a strong example of what it looks like to feel whole and be able to nurture others around you. Truly come from a place of love. So we come over here and we start looking at a little bit of apathy though. All right. Like, yeah, there's a new possibility. This is a wish coming true, but I don't know that I'm really willing to rock the boat. I'm not really willing to get up from this comfortable seat that I'm in. I've received so much already. Why bother going for more? That's what this can represent. Okay. So because there are places within your own life, relationships specifically. Now, this can be relationship with self, certainly, or where you have let other people have pass after pass after pass after pass of treating you as if you're still this. So, what you're looking at is maybe where you want to put blinders on and deceive yourself about the relationships that had started back there. Okay. So, those glasses, really, I mean, you're ready for something new. You're ready for your ship to come in. You're ready for new opportunities and you're ready for this brand new expansive future. Okay. whatever that means for you. And it's whatever you've chosen to value. Okay, you're ready. You're ready to take off. You're ready to fly, but you're not wanting to look at the situation completely because you're afraid of what's going to happen. And you're being asked here. I mean, you're right there. You're right there to have a breakthrough. Are you ready to take it? Are you ready to take it? That's what it's asking right here. Are you ready to take it? He's saying, yeah, yeah, it might, things may abruptly change. So let's go for just a moment. And this is a Uranus card, okay? And Uranus is about to move from Taurus to Gemini, okay? But we're wrapping up the final stages in Taurus. So if Aries is your seventh house, if Aries is your seventh house, then Taurus is your eighth house. And your eighth house is being potentially like there's like a ticking time bomb in shared resources. It doesn't have to be completely ugly and totally destructive, but the old foundation, the old perception, the old way of being in this relationship, the way that you have shared your resources, the way that you have shared your space, the way that you have shared your vision, the way that you have shared a lot of the way that you went about things in your life. It's about to be on, well, destruction before like that new construction, right? All right, let's go ahead and get mm, Four of Swords. That's causing some restlessness within you. Okay. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Wands, Page of Wands. All right. I have to say here, Libra, that it doesn't look like you're going to be taking abrupt or sudden steps. Okay. Because remember, you don't really want to engage in this transition. So what you're doing, but you can see it. You can see that change is necessary. But you're not willing to just throw a grenade right into the middle of what you've got going on because there are some good things about it. There's things that you want to salvage, but you're feeling pretty restless and there's new potentials on the horizon for you. But so what you're doing is you're associating with others that are giving you emotional support. Now, this can be, if we're talking about a romantic relationship, um, we're talking about a romantic relationship, this can be business or friendships that are now supporting you. If this is, friendships or business relationships, this could be a relationship that's creating a diversion for you. Okay, so it is creating a diversion. And what's happening is, yeah, all right, there's still going to be change happening, but maybe it doesn't have to be as destructive as a tower often is, right? Maybe I can just feel supported over here and allow the shift to change and the transformation to happen gradually as I am lifted up in this other way, so that I can just gently let in what's possible for me. And again, here with this Page of Wands, is still bringing you back to the same conclusion of I'm only preparing to be ready for something. I'm not actually able to take this step. So what do you do, Libra? Well, let's ask Pluto. I feel like this is very Plutonian. This is Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms, and I feel like has really has the ability to take a strong look at the shadow side of things or the underlying energies. And I think that this is important at this point. I think that you really need to have a good look at something. The Chariot. Okay, we're just going to put these right over the top here. The Chariot, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands. Well, well, I think that what you don't want to do here, I mean, I think that you know that it's going to require, like I had said in the very beginning, it's going to require a deeper, deeper connection with your independence. All right. It really is. You're going to have such fierce independence that I think that it is about to scare you. And this is independently moving with spirit. This is independently making decisions that don't have anything to do with what others think, feel, want, desire, or you're obligated to. Nothing. There's zero connection to other people when making decisions. And that is actually what ends the torment that you're feeling, this restlessness that you're feeling here. This Queen of Wands, this is where you embody this power inside of yourself to have, do, and be anything. This power to expand and manifest instantaneously. You have that power. You're bumping up right against it. And you know what's going to really get you over the hump is fierce independence. And there's something because I think that it become because it goes against your very nature. I mean, this is Venus right here, and you are Venus ruled. Because it goes against your very nature of harmonizing with other people that you are willing to allow yourself to not have it all because you were never taught. Gosh, it really looks like you're going to have to reteach yourself. Like you realize this? But it goes so much deeper here, Libra. So much deeper that you have literally like not allowed yourself to see it up until now, or when you see it, you're only peeking at it. Let's keep going here, Libra. I want you to have this breakthrough this month. I want you to have this breakthrough this month because I want you to be able to be the Queen of Wands. I don't want you to hold yourself back. I don't want you to feel like that you need somebody else in order to be you. You're wanting it to happen so gently. And I think you're wanting kind of the universe to take care of it for you. All right, let's keep going here. Four of Wands, Nine of Wands. What I'm not actually surprised for. Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is at the bottom of the deck here, and that is wishes fulfilled. Okay. All roads were leading to this. Okay. What this is saying to you right here is that you need to recognize that you're the one that has created your stability. You're the one that's been manifesting for you all along, and you have not been giving yourself the credit. You're the master of this reality, and you might want to keep trying to give the credit to somebody else or let somebody else take the lead, somebody else kind of be in charge. but it's always been you. This really feels like it just continues to go around and around a circle. Like you're the master of your reality, you're independent, using your wisdom wisely, and you're the one creating the foundation. And because you have a strong foundation and stability, you continue to be the master of your reality. You see how it just keeps going and going and going in a full circle? Full circle, full stop. It ends and begins with you. And you see it, you know it, but you're not willing to acknowledge it when it comes to this relationship. It's creating a point of apathy. I'd rather forego all of the blessings that the universe has for me rather than disrupt the apple cart, rather than really find another way to. I mean, this is really trying to find another way to go about it, but really addressing the issues at hand. I think that there there is there is a recognition that you're ready for, but you don't want to admit that you're ready for. And that recognition is that you were not taught how to value yourself. You were not taught how to. I think that you're bumping up against not being taught to let your self worth lead the way. You've been thinking that it's all about a money story. We did discover that, and you have too. You've discovered that it's a self worth and that you know what you value. So do you? Do you break through? There's the King of Pentacles. There's the King of Pentacles. What does Libra need to do right now? What does Libra need to do for the month of? I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. Oh my God. What do you need to do? What does Libra need to do in order to actually manifest this transformation to be able to be the empress that you are, the goddess that you are, to be able to have all these blessings that the spirit's prepared for you, to be the ruler of your reality, to be the confident one, to follow spirit and be independent? What do you need to do to have all of your wishes come true? And the universe responds very comically, of course, with the tower. Let it all fall. Let the disruption happen. Let the chaos, like, just let it. Let the call this out and let the cookie crumble. Let the cookie crumble because you're not going to go anywhere. Right here. Start here. Right here. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to go anywhere. You're not going to realize yourself completely, self actualize. You're not going to reach the next level of abundance unless you completely let go and call a spade a spade. And I'll tell you, at this point, that if somebody is, controlling you in your life and you feel like you need professional support, please reach out and get support because you need to get out from you need a breakaway. You need independence. And yeah, things are going to shift big time when you require and request and expect that time by yourself. People are not going to like it. Let the cookie crumble. Okay? Let the cookie crumble because you're the one that's been creating your stability all along. You're the one that's been creating your success all along. And own that. Own it. Own your power for real. Okay, Libra? Again, this is big. This is big. Saturn moving into your seventh house of partnerships and relationships, and Uranus moving into your or getting ready to depart your house of shared resources. Uranus is going to leave along some sort of gift, and if you want to be able to take a full advantage, a full opportunity of what's possible for you, you need to let everything disrupt. Be the disruptor. Be the disruptor because you're going somewhere really great. Somewhere that you have been paddling like a little duck under the water for so long and trying to play it smooth and cool up here where nobody's really detecting what's really going on under the surface. It's adding up. All those little paddles, they're adding up. And it's time. It's time. It's time. Yeah, I don't know what happens when the duck just keep. I don't know where that that simile is going, but it's time for it all to come to the surface now because you can't just keep. When we have the tower on the table, actually at this point, that's what you need to do is let the tower happen. But I'll tell you by the end of June, beginning of July, because Uranus changes signs July 7th, that there will be something that takes place. Because when we have the tower, it's like here's how you look at the tower. It's not never a bad card. It's an intense card, but it's never a bad card because when you, especially when you look and adopt the mantra that everything is working out for me, it really is such a beautiful card. So think of yourself instead of that duck that's been, but because you have been that duck because you've just been playing a cool as a cucumber up here, right? Nothing big. We're not disrupting anything. Everything's good. Everything's cool, right? But really, what's been happening, okay, is that you have been climbing this mountain of success, okay? You have been working towards something that is proof to you that you know your worth. You've been preparing yourself, preparing yourself. That's what this is about. Preparing yourself to be able to be led by spirit to this great thing that you have wanted. Okay, so you're climbing this mountain, and the great thing that you've wanted comes when you get to the other side, right? When it all just becomes easy and falls into place. So the tower is the moment that you are at the top and you're about to crest that mountain, and you're like, literally, literally, I can't do. Nope. I'm just gonna stay here, even if that means I freeze my backside off. I'm just gonna stay right here. Uh, uh, uh. And uh, and the tower says, actually, we're pretty aware, and this is your higher self talking, actually, pretty aware of the work that you've been doing, where you've been going, the things that you have been preparing yourself for. It's actually going to happen. This isn't pretend. This is for real. I'm going to push you over. So whatever it is, it's going to be done by you or it's going to be done for you. Okay? Because it's happening. When we have the tower, like it's happening, right? You're cresting that mountain, and it's all downhill, which means it's all going to be gravy. It's going to be easy peasy, okay? But you've been so scared of crossing that crest, crossing this mountain, because whatever this is back here, you have had no way of really being able to own the emperor and the empress within. I mean, these two have it all. These two have it all. And it's been easier to let things slide than to own yourself completely. But you've been working towards it, which is really what's interesting. So that tower moment you can expect at least by July 7th, right around there if it hasn't happened in the month of June. But I encourage you to be your own champion. I encourage you to really have a conversation and chat with spirit about authentically owning your worth, and then thereby lovingly and consciously invoking your own tower moment, not out of control, but as a, yeah, these things do need to change in order for me to really be who I came here to be. And I remember saying that to myself when I was like 16 years old. I remember I was walking home. It was like dusk, it was like evening time. And I was like 16 and we lived in a small little town, and I was walking home from my friend's house, and I was all by myself, and I stopped and I looked around me and I said, I came here for something, like planet Earth, right? I came here for something. What was that? What was it I came for? Like I couldn't quite remember, but I remember setting the intention of, what my greatest desire is to be who I came here to be. And so much change happened after that. I may have been 17. I may have been 17. So much change happened after that. And that's what's about to take place again. I really want to be who I came here to be. That's my greatest intention. Yeah. Say that. It's and watch the cookie crumble. Watch it. It's time. And you know it. You can't not at this point. I don't think that there's anything that can really happen that is going to that you'd be better off staying. I don't think that there is anything better off about you staying where you're at than you think that right now. But that's actually not possible because the only thing that's constant is change, right? Um, you know that it's time to free yourself. There we go with that. So make the choice. That's the decision. That's the free yourself card. Make the decision that you're going to be who you came here to be and watch the cookie crumble. Okay, Libra. If you would like to do a personal reading, go ahead and get the link in the description box below. But until then, have a beautiful, conscious, open, and loving relationship with yourself and conversation with spirit about being who you really are. You're ready for it. You're ready. I love you so much, and I will see you all next time. Thank you. Thank you, Libra, for being here with me for your June reading.